Hey, what's up, guys? It's Pep Fernandez from the Inland Sports Show. Welcome to our Friday Night Football recap, looking at the semifinal games tonight. We've got just a little bit of video. We've got some scores, and I will say this, spoiler alert, we did have a local team reach a CIF Southern Section championship game, and that would be the San Jacinto Tigers. And head coach Coach Galliano will join us live on this show in just about 5 or 10 minutes or so. We do have highlights of Rancho Verde taking on Lakewood in Division 8. We might get highlights from another game or two, but as always, if we don't get them on Friday night, we will throw them on the Inland Sports Show YouTube channel. So, in fact, let me text Coach Galliano back real quick. All right, so let's take a look at the scores from tonight, and it was kind of a rough night for our local teams. And if you don't count 8-man football, and congratulations, I guess I buried the lead. I should have said congratulations going out for the California School for the Deaf Riverside 8-man football. The championship game was actually tonight, not semifinals. The championship game, a rematch of last year's Division 2 game against Faith Baptist. Faith Baptist won that game by about 40 points. This time around in Division 1, CSDR, the Cubs, are your 8-man champions as they beat Faith Baptist 80-26 for the championship tonight. So congratulations to the Cubs for winning that title. So that was the championship game. So let's look at the semifinal games. Here's the scores for our Inland Sports Show teams. And like I said, San Jacinto is moving on, but the rest of them coming up just a little bit short in a lot of tight ball games tonight. Starting Division 5, Aquinas falling to St. Francis, 52-35, the final score there. San Jacinto, one better than Calabasas. I don't know exactly what happened in that game, but we're going to have Coach Galliano in just a couple of minutes. Division 8, Rancho Verde falling to Lakewood. Final play of the game, the Mustangs had a chance to win it, and they could not get it into the end zone. We'll take a look at some video from that one in a moment. And we are hoping for an all-local Division 8 championship game. But Rancho Verde against Vista Del Lago, but the Ravens losing at Northwood in Irvine 41-14 last night. That was tonight. That was a rematch of last year's semifinal game in which Northwood won as well. Division 9, Novi battling on the road against Laguna Beach. But the Braves losing 42-35 there in D9. Division 11, Rim of the World could only muster a field goal against Walnut as the Scots lose 28-3. And Arrowhead Christian, Division 13 semifinals on the road at Bishop Montgomery. And I was tracking all of these scores tonight as they were unfolding, and this ACA Bishop Montgomery game was close at one point, but the Eagles fall by 30, 50-20, the final score tonight. So again, with all those scores on the screen, of course, CSDR, your 8-man champion, but the only 11-man football team in our coverage area moving on to the finals is San Jacinto in Division 6. And the Tigers will take on the Orange Panthers for the Division 6 championship next week. So those are the scores tonight in the semifinals. And like I said, Coach Galliano is going to join us in just a moment. Still a little out of breath, still a little hoarse. We had Rancho Verde against Lakewood live on Teen Vision TV 16 tonight. So a big shout out to Johnny Nunez and the Teen Vision TV 16 for inviting me out to do play-by-play for that game. And it was a good one. It went all the way down to the wire. Rancho Verde led 19-10 at halftime. Lakewood scored a couple second-half touchdowns. Third quarter into the early part of the fourth quarter. That would be the difference. The Mustangs would get the ball back at the very end. They would drive down. They would get within scoring range in the red zone, but could not punch in the game-winning touchdown. So as we wait for Coach Galliano, let's take a look at some highlights of Rancho Verde taking on Lakewood for the D8 semifinal. And that was Landon DeBryan to a Marion Orange, as the reading Lakewood. Marion Orange with that great one-handed touchdown grab. And then some good defense here by the Mustangs as well. A.J. Boone and company doing a great job in the secondary. And then DeBryan again, this time going to Orange for his second touchdown. So things really clicking on the offensive end, the passing game for Rancho Verde. This time, DeBryan steps up in the pocket and finds Dylan Riley. Yes, Dylan Riley, the running back, with a great touchdown grab there. It was 19-7, Rancho Verde at that point. And then right before halftime, the field goal for Lakewood makes it 19-10. So now we move to the third quarter. Caleb Foster, the running back for Lakewood, punches in that touchdown, makes it 19-17. And then a little bit later, more from the Lancers. Lakewood quarterback finds Caleb Foster, and he goes in for the touchdown. So all of a sudden, it's 24-19. Rancho Verde gets the football back, trying to make something happen. In fact, they had a couple opportunities in the fourth quarter to punch one in. This time, that one goes through the hands of the defender, almost intercepted. So we'll try it again. DeBryan goes to the end zone. That one goes out, and no score. Rancho Verde's defense would go 3 and out. They get the football back. Mustangs on the move. Moving down the field, trying to get back into the red zone with a chance to win it inside the final minutes of the game. That was, let's see, I think that was Midget there with the catch, getting to the sideline, and then DeBryan trying to go to the end zone. Nobody on the other end. I think this is at the fourth down play. Fourth with seconds left on the clock, and that's how it would end, with a sack. Lakewood keeps the Mustangs out of the end zone, and they had plenty of opportunities to get in there for that winning touchdown, and they could not convert. And that game was live on Teen Vision TV 16. But what a run by Rancho Verde to get to that semifinal game under head coach Eric Zomal. It was, they started the season 0-5. They battled back, got into the playoffs, and got to the semifinals in Division 8. And he's coming from a program at Citrus Hill which won a lot of championships. He joins a program at Rancho Verde who has some championship pedigree as well. Rancho Verde most recently in 2017 won the Division 3 championship. Then in 2018, they went to the Division 2 championship game, lost to Upland in the finals, although they were very banged up. A.J. Duffy, the quarterback that year for Rancho Verde, did not play in the championship game. Jackson Turner, a great DB for the University of Arizona now, was actually playing quarterback for the Mustangs in that game. I remember that one. I was at that one. So they're used to winning at Rancho Verde. And Coach Eric Zomal, when he came from Citrus Hill, he had 3 CIF Southern Section championships and also a state title. So a great run by Eric Zomal. And you know that the Mustangs are very young too. They're going to be back. And we knew at some point they were going to win and they were going to be good. We just didn't know it was going to be so quickly. They put together a great second half in Ivy League play, got a couple playoff wins, and had a chance. They had several opportunities to win that game against Lakewood tonight, but congrats to the Lancers. They are moving on. And that our hope of having a Rancho Verde versus Vista Del Lago Division 8 championship game just did not come to fruition tonight. Let me punch up the scores one more time just in case you are joining us. And you can see, again, our only local team to advance to a championship game next week is San Jacinto, the Tigers, in Division 6. And as we mentioned, they're going on the road to take on the Orange Panthers for the championship next week. They beat Calabasas by 15-14. We're going to have Coach Galliano on in just a moment so we can find out exactly what happened in that game. In fact, I think he's ready. So let me see. Let me bring him into the waiting room. And Coach Galliano, as soon as you can hear me, just know that you are live on the show right now. So anything you say or do will be out there. And as soon as you turn your camera on, I will punch you up on the show. But I just wanted to give you a warning. Usually when we do the Inland Sports Show, we have these commercial breaks where we can quickly and quietly bring our guests onto the show like Coach Galliano. But this time doing it from home on Zoom. He's just going to pop on right now. So Coach Galliano, I can see you. If you can see me, give me a big thumbs up.
Yes, sir.
Oh, there he is. He is the head coach of the San Jacinto Tigers, and they are moving on to the championship game in Division 6. And Coach, I just saw the final score, so I don't even know exactly what happened. So can you tell us what happened tonight against Calabasas? All I saw was 15-14 the final.
Yeah, we got stopped on a drive, and they took the ball down, ran the ball down. to about the 5-yard line, and defense came up with a big stop. They get a penalty, backs them up 5, so they're kicking a field goal from the 10 with about 5 minutes left in the game. Told our kid to jump the snap count to try to beat it, and so we can get a block. Try to get in the head of the kicker instead of wasting the timeout. We ended up jumping off sides. They move it up 5. They go to kick it, and he shanks it left. And so then we got the ball back, and we do what we do. We run the football. We're pounding it. Darian Dortch played amazing tonight. Put the team on his shoulders and carried us in. And, we drove down 4th and 12. I think from about the 20-yard line, 15, 20-yard line, we run 4 verts. That was 4th down, just trying to make a play. We released the tight end, which we hardly ever do. And tight end's running free right down the seam. He makes the catch, gets blasted, holds on to the ball at the 1-yard line. And, from there, he stayed down. We were able to get our goal line package in. We ran, what we run, buck sweep we've been working on since day one. Punch it in to go down 14-13. And then before that 4th down, all the coaches go, "What are you doing?" I go, "I didn't even hesitate. We're going for 2. We're going to end this thing if we get the chance to, because we didn't want to give them another opportunity."
Wait, so how much time was on the clock when all that happened?
So we ended up scoring with 20 seconds left in the game. We're down 14-13. And we go for 2. And we were able to punch it in. We called quarterback buck sweep, and get an extra blocker. But we did a great job of getting in. He takes it in. 21 seconds left. My wife just said. Calabasas did a great job. It's a great football team. It was tough, hard fought. Defense played their butts off. They had the number 4 recruit in the nation. We did. Our corner played his butt off. Did a great job. We held him to 1 or 2 catches. They moved him to the backfield just to get him the football. But the defense, we bent a little bit, but we didn't break. I was just extremely excited for those kids, our kids, all my kids. It's just a great feeling.
So, Coach, if you don't get the 2-point conversion, the AD is going to call you into her office on Monday.
Yeah, AD principal, assistant principal, Coach Powell. He knew it all too. They all, school board president. Everybody knew. That's what we do. That's how we play. And I couldn't do it. We lost last year on a field goal, and that kid, felt it wasn't his fault that he missed the kick. It's because we don't kick a lot of field goals, and putting him in that predicament, it wasn't the right thing to do. And I didn't feel it was the right thing to do at that point too. And it's going to be on my shoulders. It's going to be if it doesn't work, it's my fault, and if it works, it's the kids doing what's asked of them and making the plays.
Before I forget, I'm going to hit you up tomorrow because I'd love to find some video of that touchdown and 2-point conversion.
Absolutely.
From you. So I'll hit you up tomorrow. So, Coach, we already knew that you guys would be on the road for that championship game if you won tonight, and you're going to play the Orange Panthers. I don't know if you were already maybe a little bit looking at those 2 Loyola and Orange teams. Even though you were in the semifinals, and obviously you had to get past Calabasas first. But what do you know about Orange? I looked them up right now before I jumped on the air. They're 11-2, or I think 11-2 right now. They look like a good team.
They're a really good football team. We played them in the summer in a passing tournament at the end of summer. Out down at Mission Viejo. They got a running back that's I think committed to Utah. They got a wide receiver that's committed to USC as a junior. They got some players that can make some plays. I think they're very similar to us with as far as the league play. Not a super strong league. They play a lot of good non-league teams. And so they got the players to do it, and they've done a great job. Just looking at highlights on Huddle, I try not to look ahead. Everybody's been asking me, who are we going to get? I'm not looking cart before the horse. I can't do it. And, finally we were able to, to knock it in and do it. So, they're a really good football team. He's a Falcon. I went to Cerritos College. He went to Cerritos College. He coaches Cerritos College. So we're old Falcons, going against each other, playing for Frank Mazzotta there. But it's going to be awesome. I grew up. I have a bunch of family and friends out there in Orange. I think their home field's at Fred Kelly. When I played at Foothill, we played all those teams out there. So it's going to be good going back home to see a CIF Finals, and hopefully get a lot of people out there.
Coach, correct me if I'm wrong, please. I've got all these scores in dates and years in my head right now. But I think it was 2018 when you guys were in the finals. Is that correct?
Right. 2018 was the last time that we ended up making it
Against Culver City, and that was D7.
D7 finals. Yep.
So, when's the last time San Jacinto won a football CIF title? Do you know?
We've never won a CIF finals. This will be the fourth time in school history that we've been. Coach Powell's taken them twice. This is my second time taking them in, in the 8 years I've been the head football coach, which is really cool. He's done a lot for our program since he's became the assistant principal. It's awesome. I saw him after the game, and I went up to him and invited him to the championship breakfast or brunch on Monday. Gratitude to show all the things that he's done at San Jacinto, and I'm just trying to continue what he did, and hopefully we can get this one and bring one home.
Yeah, that big press conference. I think it's at the Rose Bowl, right, on Monday.
Yeah. I'm excited. I went to in 2018. It's nothing like it. Being in the room with those guys, and I still remember Rollinson from Modern Day talking, and he talks about enjoy the moment. You don't know, it's so hard to get in this room. You never know if you'll ever make it back. And then he throws out there, I've been here 9 times, and so.
All you other guys, you don't know if you'll ever be back, but I'll be back.
Absolutely.
I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, we were there. I think that's like Orange Vista made it that year, so the Zolmonts were there. Me being there for the first time, it was just cool because they've been there before, and just the atmosphere, just being there, and it's a big deal, and I'm just excited. Like this one was a lot of hard work, and the kids have done a great job of buying in. A senior-led team. And it's just I'm proud of how they've worked all season.
Well, Coach, I'll end it with this. I just can't believe that San Jacinto is one of the oldest high schools in the IE, definitely one of the oldest in Riverside County, and to be one win away from that school's first CIF championship. I mean, what an unbelievable spot to be in. I know Orange is a good team, but you guys could be making history next week. What do you think this next week's going to feel like in terms of practice? There's not a lot of teams practicing the week of Thanksgiving. That's a big deal.
Oh, no. That's been our goal. Like I told the kids all year, I go, we know we're one of the top teams when we're practicing Thanksgiving week, and that's been our goal. And that's what I said at the end of my speech today to the kids is, hey, we made our goal of practicing this week. That's the one thing that being there the first time, I'm going to tell the kids is we got to enjoy this. Like we got to work. We're going to do what we need to do. But like, this is an accomplishment in itself to be one of the, the top 28 teams out of 270 in the Southern Section, something like that, or over 300, whatever it is.
Yeah.
One of the top 28 teams, I think is pretty cool. The kids have done a great job. They've had a chip on their shoulder since we lost to Beaumont last year in the first round. And, I'm just so proud. Like, I'm proud to be their football coach and, proud to be a Tiger.
Well, Coach, congrats on that win tonight, man. I'm so glad you made time for us because I was tracking the scores and I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened in that game? So I wanted to hear the breakdown from you.
It was very emotional. It was pretty hectic, and it was just the crowd came out and supported. It was a great atmosphere. It was an exciting game.
Well, Coach, listen, I'm going to let you run, but I do appreciate the time, and I'm going to hit you up tomorrow because I want to see video of that touchdown and 2-point.
Absolutely, I appreciate that, Pep.
All right, that's Eric Galliano, head football coach for San Jacinto. The Tigers are moving on to the D6 Finals. They will play on the road at Orange next week. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. All right, that is Coach Galliano here on the show. And let's see, let me punch this up real quick. You don't want to see double me. But yeah, so congratulations to the Tigers. They will be playing next week for that championship. And again, of all the teams in the Inland Sports Show coverage area, they were the only one to reach the finals, which I kind of surprising because we usually have 3 or 4 or 5 teams amongst all the divisions reach a championship game. So I was a little surprised, but there was a lot of close games tonight, and a lot of good teams made deep playoff runs, but they came to a close tonight. And I do want to say one more time, congratulations to CSDR, your Division I 8-man football champions. They had their finals tonight. They won on the road at Birmingham High School near the Los Angeles area, beating Faith Baptist tonight. Oh, what was the final score? I got it right here, 80-26. So it was a huge blowout win for the Cubs, and they exacted a little bit of revenge, beating Faith Baptist this time around. They lost to the contenders last year in the Division II championship game. So again, big thanks to Coach Galliano. Congrats to the Tigers. They are moving on, and congratulations to all of our local teams that made it to the semifinals. It's a big deal just to be playing tonight. There's not a lot of local teams even to reach the semifinal round. And now we're down to one, the San Jacinto Tigers next week. All right, I am going to, open up the live chat real quick in case anybody's got something. Yeah, sad loss for Rim family. Yeah, they made a great run to get to the finals, and I'm surprised they only scored 3 points. That must be a pretty good Walnut defense because Rim of the World can run the heck out of that football with Zach Gross. So that was a little bit surprising to see that final score, but still a great season for Coach Joe Girardo and the guys. And I want to thank him for coming on the Inland Sports Show this past week. Let's see. Etiwanda also made the finals. Yeah, Etiwanda made the finals in Division 5. We don't cover the Baseline League, but yeah, Etiwanda did make the finals in D5. I was hoping Aquinas would play Etiwanda again. Aquinas beat Etiwanda 28-21 earlier this season. I kind of thought maybe we'd have that rematch for the championship. But the Falcons coming up short on the road against a very good St. Francis team that has a great coach as well. Let's see. Yeah, Rim of the World and, CSDR champions, all that good stuff. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it. Appreciate you tuning in tonight. We'll see how San Jacinto does next week. I think they could play on Friday or Saturday night. If they play on Friday night, maybe we will go live one more time next Friday night as well to break down the San Jacinto game. And then we'll have the state playoffs, so we might have some more football beyond next week, depending how the Championship Friday goes. All right, so we're going to wrap things up. I'm Pep Fernandez. We appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and if we get any more highlights like that San Jacinto touchdown and 2-point conversion for the win, all that kind of stuff, if we get that video, we'll make sure we put it right here on the Inland Sports Show YouTube channel. I'm Pep Fernandez. Have a great weekend. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.